Right, all praise be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who were well. And salutes unto the Archeon who continues to push the word in truth and in sincerity. Now, this is just another video on a food crisis, right? And pretty much it says the food crisis is here and it will only get worse. You know, and I'm going to start doing a lot more videos. We always touch on the end, but, you know, fuck it, man. You know, through the spirit of probably how Bashim and Shai, I'm going to start doing a lot more videos on pretty much, you know, the end, man. You know, because this is where we're at. We're at the end. Okay, you know, all the crises, all the calamities, all the disasters, all the world tensions, the geopolitics, the financial crumble, all of that, bruv. You know, just gonna start doing a lot more videos on the end, man. Okay. And I kind of have been, but hey, it's all through the spirit, man. Because you can say something, but in the spirit, you know, it's all down to the spirit, man. Ultimately, but you know, hey, it's the end, bro. It says food crisis is here. The food crisis is here, and it will only get worse. Professor Chris Elliott covers 5 areas in which the UK food system has been heavily impacted by the Ukrainian-Russian conflict and Brexit. First of all, you got the energy crisis. It says the cost of transportation in terms of retail food prices range between 29 to 48% depending on the distances traveled. Now, I watched a video on Facebook. Did I screen record? No, I didn't screen record it, but I've got it saved on Facebook. And pretty much it was this guy. He got about 10 litres of petrol. Then he recorded it from when he finished topping up his tank. Then he went inside the thing to pay, right? And he said to the guy, "Are you comfortable being recorded?" The guy said no. He said, "Right, fine." Now his petrol came to around £19 and some change, right? And the guy said, "You know what? I'm paying you £14 because, you know why? Because he the Shell, which is the company, they got some reduction thing which they didn't tell anybody about. So basically, because they got a reduction, they're essentially overcharging for the petrol per litre. You know, so this dude found out about it through some legitimate sources that just not well published to the main public. And he said, "I'm paying you £14 because the extra £5 is fucking profit. And that's not by law that I have to give that to you, because by law, even though it's not pushed by law, that should be reduced from the price." And, you know, it's always Elon that runs them things. And he was getting all mad, you know. He goes, "Come back here," you know. And the guy tried to leave. But that just goes to show that people, taking things into their own hands. People are doing a lot more research to find out what's going on and trying to use the loopholes. You know, it's like pissing people off and conveniently planting bricks in the neighborhood. Of course they're going to smash windows. Like, they're just conveniently planting pieces of information out there for people to aid some sort of outbreak. You know, a financial lashback. You know, a social stir-up. Okay? So, all roads point to all that chaos, man. All through chaos. Okay? And these energy bills and things of that nature, man, be fucking people over, bro. Alright? The Brexit impact. While many of our politicians tell us frequently it's the energy crisis that the reason for the food prices hikes, we cannot forget the consequences of Brexit. Labour shortages leading to crops left to rot in the ground is quite simply unforgettable and unforgivable. The notion that we can impact our way, the notion that we can import our way out of food shortages, arguably caused in part by Brexit, have been shown to be a complete misreading of the complexities of the world's food supply system the lack of foresight around climate change and growing economic powers and food needs of other countries is frankly shocking. Food bank lose support. Pretty much they're not getting funding. Rising costs and lower quality of food. You know, I ain't gotta read the whole thing. It's self-explanatory. The costs are going up and the quality of food is going down. A rise in foodborne illness, the sad truth. So the sad truth, it says, we are now truly in a bad situation and there are no signs of a short or even medium-term fix. While governments across the globe face the same food crisis, surely one of the richest economies in the world, as we as we are often reminded, can help alleviate the anguish being felt by so many families across our nation. And you know what? All of these things, all of these crises, they're gonna somewhat calm it down. I'm done with that. First Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them that travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Because what they're going to do is they're going to crash the economy and bring in the digital or the CHIP, which is the mark of the beast according to the scriptures, biblical prophecy. And then they're going to say that system's going to reset everything and it's going to be all alright, plain sailing from there. So they're going to reach a so-called level of peace and safety. We made it. And when they reach that, alright, then it's just going to fucking crumble. Okay. Because brothers always off, we know, but, it's just the emotional side of us, man. Oh, please don't let it die down again. Well, the scriptures tell us it's going to ultimately die down. It's going to look like it's ultimately been fixed when the chip comes, in terms of it being made mandatory. But then, sudden destruction is going to come, man. So it's all going downhill. Then Esau's going to pretend to fix it, with the chip. Salvation in the chip, as it were. But then the Lord's going to crash his system. Alright? Which is ultimately crashing the finalization of the New World Order. Okay? Let's get this and close it out when he is about to fill his belly. This is Job 20:23. When he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. That's talking about the fulfillment of his agendas. Whilst he's about to finalize it, it's going to get crashed by the Lord, man. So from here on out, man, it's been like that. But, figure of speech, from here on out, it's doom and gloom.